Okay, good evening, everyone. So, today we'll be looking at pips and pips calculation. Like pips and pips calculation. What is pips? Pips simply means point in price. It's as simple as that, point in price. So, it's necessary as a trader you understand how to calculate pips. In that way, you'll be able to measure the amount of gains you can have and the amount of loss you can have. For example, now you want to take a trade. Like either you want to buy a currency. For example, now the euro USD you want to buy. So you need to understand stop loss and take profit. If you understand what I mean, remember stop loss that we discussed earlier. How to stop your loss, like you enter a trade, so you set a boundary in which if the trade did not go as you wish, you set a stop loss where you'll be able to stop your loss and take profit. Having done that, then the next thing you want to calculate how much money it is. Because okay, let me go to the chart, because on the chart you will not see money. What you are going to see is just prices. On the chart you will not see money. What you are going to see is just prices. So it's important you need to know and understand that okay, if I want this trade that I want to take, how much am I going to get in money, not in price, not in pips, and how much I'm going to lose. Simple. I just made it simple so that you will understand what I'm saying. I want to use a very good example through the chart, so you understand what I mean. So pips, what is a pip? Because pips, it just helps you. If you can calculate pips, it just helps you to know, it just helps you to estimate the amount of money you can lose. For example, I enter a buy on the euro USD. So I need to, if I set my stop loss, I need to know. I can't just set my stop loss with just prices. I need to know how much it is in money, not in percentage, because pips just simply means a move in price per point on the chart. That is what pips means, price per point on the chart. So we need to understand how to utilize the knowledge of pips, so that by the time you are taking any trade, you know you know the amount of money you are losing and the amount of money you are gaining. Okay, now so look at this chart for the example. If you look at this place where this arrow is, if you look at this my arrow, you are seeing that these are prices. So if I'm waiting for it to load, but if let's assume price was at this point, if price moves from here, that is 1.11576, all the way to this point here, 1.11800, we need to understand definitely from this point I just mentioned to this point. Let's assume the chart is not loading then probably, so I'm waiting for the chart to load so that you understand what I'm trying to explain here. So pips is just move in points per prices. Let's assume price goes up from this point 1.11600 all the way to 1.11650. so if you want to know the change in price here, is going to be 1.11650 minus 1.11600 to know the change in price. So if you come to our calculator now, and we go 1.11600, sorry, from all the way from 1.11600 to 1.11650. so you go to your calculator, 1.11650 minus 1.11600, so we are getting 0.0005. So that is the difference from here, from this 1.11600 to 1.11650. so we need to understand that. So that point now, it doesn't give us money. We don't know the equivalent in money. So it's something you calculate depending on many factors. Your pips now depends on many factors, thereby taking me back to the point where I said you need to understand. The general understanding of pips calculation is that you need to understand how much you are going to gain in a trade, or how much you are going to lose. Because now if you just look at the chart is not giving you any price. The chart is just giving you points, that is, price moves from this point up to this point. It's not giving you the price, which price is, it's not giving you the amount in money in which price is moving. So it's very necessary you calculate. You can be able to convert points to price. It's very important that you be able to convert points to price. So it's very necessary that you have the understanding and how to calculate pips and pips calculation. And if I go back to my word, you can see they say too, the amount of value of each pip worth, the amount of value of each pip worth depends on its trade size and unit you are trading. Taking me back to what we call forex broker. If you understand forex broker very well, they offer something we call leverage. That is one of the advantage of a forex broker. They offer what called leverage. And leverage, apart from leverage, they offer different account sizes. The different account sizes we have, they are the standard lots, mini lots, micro lots, and nano lots. I'll be doing an in-depth explanation. We have the standard lot, mini lot, micro lot, nano lot. Okay, now how do we use this method to understand, to convert from pips, as we've seen here? It's still loading. To convert from pips, as we've seen here, from pips, as we've seen in this calculator, like let's assume this is the amount that moves from 1.1160 to 1.1165 upward, moves up. That is, you enter a buy order and it moves from 1.1160 to 1.1165. This is the difference. How do we convert this now to money? So to convert this to money depends on one, depend on the type of account you are using, and two, depend on the leverage you are using. I'll be explaining everything that. So note, if you look at this illustration very well, you can see these are the standard lot, that is 100,000 units of currency. So this thing is also simply means leverage. It simply means leverage. I just hope you understand what I'm saying. It simply means leverage. That is, for if you open a standard account, because this thing is very important. This account types is very important because it helps you manage your risks and money management. If you are someone that has a lot of money, you can go for standard lot or mini lot. But if you are someone that has little money, then you can go for micro lot and nano lot. It's as simple as that. You can go for micro lot and nano lot. So what am I trying to say? For a standard lot, we are having 100,000 units of currency. For mini lot, we are having 10,000 units of currency. For micro lot, we are having 1,000 units of that currency. For nano lot, we are having 100 units of that currency. And value per pip. Let me explain this value per pip. Let's do example. Let's assume the forex broker you are using, you activated the standard lot account type. So you know that if you enter a lot size of $1, a lot size of $1, let me include it, a lot size of $1, that is, for every point that moves on the chart, you will either be gaining $10 or you are losing $10. I'm not saying the chart is not loading, so I don't know how to explain it very well. Okay, now let's assume you enter the buy at 1.1600 and the thing moves 1 point. The thing moves 1 point from 1.1600, move 1 point, that is 1.11601. You will gain $10. That is, if you are trading on a $1, that is, you are losing or gaining $10. So illustration, because for this type of calculation you need to have a biro and pen so that you understand it very better. If you are good at mathematics, you understand it very better. So that is for a standard lot. If your account is a standard lot type of account, that is for if you enter a lot size of $1, as I've indicated, if you enter a lot size of $1, you will be gaining or losing $1 depending on the direction of the market. Let's assume you enter a buy order on the euro USD on this pair. You enter a buy order on this pair. There are two things involved. It's either it moves up or it moves down. If it moves up, if you enter a lot size of $1, you'll be gaining $10. Then if it moves down, if it's $1 lot size, you'll be losing $10. So let's assume now you are entering, instead of $1, now you are entering with $0.1. So you know now, if you're entering $1, that is a point or value per pip is $10. That is for 0.1, it will be what? It will be $1 per. Then if it is 0.01, it's going to be $0.1 per pip. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. This one is value per pip. This information is very important because it helps you to know how to take your trades. For example, if you deposit $100 in your account, let's assume you are using a standard lot, you deposit $100 and you want to take a trade. You know that if you enter the trade with $1, if you are using $1 to trade for the trade, you will be either gaining or losing $10. So in no time you can either gain or lose. You can either gain enormous amount of money or you lose the total money in your account. For example, you deposited $100 and you are trading with $1, and you know per point you are either gaining or losing $10. That is, if it moves for 10 points, you lose, and it doesn't go in your direction, you lose $100. That is, the whole money in your account is gone. So it's better for low account, you go for low lot sizes. Okay, now if you deposit $100, it's very advisable you start with 0.01. so you know per point that moves, you are just losing 0.1. Thereby you can be able to accumulate, you can be able to take into account your stop loss, you can be able to take into account many other factors. That is the importance of pips. So the same thing goes for take profit. It enables you to be able to understand how to take trades, and it gives you a very good idea on the way trades are being taken. It's as simple and as very easy as that. Then let's go to the mini lot. Remember, these are types of account. By the time you are registering for a broker, they will ask you all this. They will ask you which type of account do you want. Is it a standard lot, a mini lot, a micro lot, or a cent? This nano is still the same thing as cent account. Cent is still the same thing as cent. So for the mini lot now, you know, if you are trading with a one lot size, you are either per each point that moves, you are either gaining or losing $1. Let me go back and re-explain so that you'll be able to understand what I'm saying very well. For example, a practical example, we go to the chart, we enter a buy order. On the euro USD. So the chart now, per point, if it moves from, and let's assume the point at that point is at 1.1165, and it moves 1 point, it moves to 1.1166, you will be gaining extra $1 for that 1 point if it's on a mini lot account type. I don't know if you understand. So that is just the difference. These are just the illustrations so that you'll be able to understand what a pip is. You'll be able to understand how to use the pip to do calculation. This table alone gives you everything you need. Now beneath it, I wrote down notes for all pairs in US dollar. This happens to all pairs in US dollar. Now say for example you bought a euro USD, you bought this pair which is shown here, this pair, you bought this euro USD at 0.1.0802, and price went up to 1.0902, that is, and you are trading on a standard lot, how much will you gain in this position? This is a very simple calculation. Say now you bought euro USD, you enter a buy order on the euro USD, and price went up from this was the current price when you enter the market, when you start buying, and price went up to this point, and you are trading on a standard lot. How much will you gain in this position? It's simple. Let's assume, so you come here, you pick this number, you pick the number 1.10902, because that is the final price. It's going to be final price minus initial price to get your pip, to get the amount of pip you have, that is 1.0902. Let's do the calculation. 1.0902 minus 1.0802. So you can see the amount of pips that happened was 0.01. And remember, one pip is 0.0001. Let me include it here. 1 pip equals 0.0001. So if this is 1 pip, then this is times 100, because if you times this by 100, you'll get this. So just understand, 1 pip equals to this, that is, for 1 pip, this is the price that goes up. For example, what am I trying to say? That is, if price goes up 1 pip, that is, price goes up 0.0001. Let's assume price moves up from, if they say now price moves up 1 pip from 1.11500, that is, that the next price after 1.11500 is 1.11501. Is as simple as that. 1.11501. If it moves up another pip, is 1.11502. If it moves up another pip, it's 1.11503. If it moves up another pip, it's 1.11504. Like that for the euro USD. So this is the amount of pips, that is, this now is equivalent to 100 pips. This now is equivalent to 100 pips. So if you come back to our question, it says, so that is the pip, 100 pip. So now we are trying to convert that pips now to money. So that is now 100 pips. How do we now convert 100 pips to money? That is, this is the calculation here. This is the calculation on how to convert pips to money. What is the calculation? What is the formula? Pips, that is 100 pips times value per pip times amount of standard pip. What do I mean? Pips, that is number of lot size. Let's assume you enter the trade with $1 on a standard account. You enter the trade with $1, so it's going to be 1. Let me clear this. It's going to be 1, that is, times value per pip. Our value per pip now is what? Pips. Our pips is $100. Sorry for the mix up. Our pip is $100. 100 pips. Sorry, that is our pip. Our pip now times value per pip, that is our lot size. Our value per pip is, let's assume we are using 0, that is lot size 0.1 times Let me redo it again. I don't know. 100 times 0.1 times amount of standard pip. So you can see for standard account, this is the amount: 100,000 units of currency. 100,000 units of currency. So you times it by 100,000, which is giving us 1 million. So you can see how vast it is. You can see how large it is on a standard account. You can see that it's very, very large. Compare if you are using a micro account. Let's assume this is a micro account. Let's assume we bought the euro USD at 1.080 and price went up to this, that is pips, our pips, which is 100 according to the calculation we've done earlier, times value per pip. Let's assume we are still using $1 times 1 times 100 for a nano account, for a cent account, times 100. So we are getting 10,000. So you can see, let's assume we are not entering the trade with $1, we are entering with 0.01, that is pips, which is 100 as calculated, which is this divide minus this 100 times value per pip from this table, value per pip, which is the lot size. Let me do it very well so that you understand. Lot size, lot size. So times lot size times amount of standard pips. I think it's easier like this. So let's start again from beginning. I'm taking my time to explain so that you get the concept. So it is pips, which is 100, times our lot size is, let's assume we are using 0.01 on a nano account, that is times 0.01, then times 100. So you can see it's 100. Let's go to a complicated question. Let me go to a complicated example. Let's assume we are entering the trade with $0.56 and price moves all the way from this point to this point. We already know that let me clear this. Okay, let's assume price move from 10802 to 10991. So first of all, you calculate your pips. Now, since we are buying and price went up from 1 point, went higher, so it will be going to be